guys, welcome to the Crypto Otaku show. Welcome back. Friday. So I'm late, guys. I actually had to work a later shift tonight. But look at where we are. Bitcoin's sitting at $60,000. Again, we're back. We're back, guys. We're back in the bullish news, and sentiment is back as well. Yeah, 60,500 roughly on the evening. Look at this. Look at this leg up, man. Look, we are doing good tonight, guys. For Bitcoin, just quickly going over where we were last night. Tons of things happened today, right? And between yesterday, last night, and today. This is nuts, guys. Yeah, look at this. Crazy. So we were pretty much on target again last night, a little higher. We didn't touch these levels. We actually ended up using this bull pennant from last night as a reversal resistance, right? We actually ended up using that as resistance at the end of the night. It actually didn't really pump very well last night into the evening hours, early morning hours. And yeah, we didn't even touch that top until the end of yesterday morning, or this morning. We actually came back up. So I mean, it still kind of hit our target. We broke down when we got to that point. We didn't ride it on that curve, on that edge. So we fell down, and then we pumped back up, of course. Today on the news, and what's really exciting, guys, is that this time, okay, if you guys are new to the space, it's okay, I get it, it's really weird, but when Michael Saylor usually buys, Bitcoin usually dumps. Why? Because usually the news on that is, okay, we're going to basically sell the news event kind of thing for Michael Saylor. This time we got the opposite. And then right before a new, the next conference going on in China here in the next 24 hours, I believe it starts. So huge bullish potential moving into that conference. That is, of course, the 2049 conference. But yeah, how you guys feeling? Hopefully you haven't done anything dumb, anything stupid. Haven't sold your bags before we jump into this crazy parabolic movement next week. You know it's coming. We're going to dive into that towards the end of the stream. We'll give our bullish and bearish ideas for next week's conference, or Fed meeting, and all the like. But yeah, look what's going on. We're going to go over all of our market sentiment. Here we go. Yeah, look at on the heat map. Look, things are starting to pump back up. It's still kind of like anyone's night, really. Bulls and bears. It doesn't really seem like it matters tonight. We just got to make sure that we end up above 60K, right? That's kind of our new target for the end of the week and going into the weekend. Looks like we're looking pretty good right now. The bears are kind of putting up this wall right around 60,500. And so, yeah, we just got to maintain these levels. And we're just really not too much below these key points. I mean, it's right there, guys. It's right there. Brought to you, of course, by Kimba the White Snow Lion anime reference. For those who know, looks like a good night. Looks like a good night indeed going into a weekend. It's great. Great feeling. U.S. national debt still sitting at $35 trillion. 371 billion. We're up like 5 or 6 billion from last night. Crazy, nuts. This is not stopping. We're not going to stop printing money. Really? We're not going to pay our debt. Really? Are you kidding me? Fear and greed index for the stock market sitting at 49. Not anything crazy. We were ass hair away from that yesterday. We got crypto fear and greed back into neutral again as well, which is at 50. It's nuts. It was at 30 yesterday. We were at fear yesterday. Here we are at 50. Were we in fear yesterday? No. Here on the channel? No, we were not in fear. But the world apparently was. I don't get it. 101 on the dollar. The Dixie's still sitting flat. Nothing new to see here. Again, continuing its low trend into the lower ranges. Do we break 100 next week? The money printing continues. The saga continues. On the hour, things kind of consolidating. Everything looked great. Green on the week, green on the day, green on the month, green on the year. It's all green, guys. It's all green and good. But yeah, let's just take a look at what's going up. The biggest movers today: Jasmine up 4%, Polygon up 10% roughly on the day. Chainlink over 5%. Yeah, you know, Pepe, the dog coins moving up. Whoa, that just popped out of nowhere. What is going on with this project? Just moved itself into the top 100, 60% on the day. Nervos Network here. Dude, this is breaking. Nervos Network moving into the top 100 here on the live. That's nuts. I'm not even familiar with that token project, but we could take a look at that as well. Theta up almost 10%, 9% on the day. Dude, it's looking really great. If you're happy and if you're a happy hippie, you're gonna be happy tonight. That's what British Hodl would say, right? British Hodl would say. The happy hippies are happy tonight. But yeah. And my favorite indicator, guys, look at this. Look at this. We keep digging these scoops out of this bucket. There are very, very little amount of Bitcoin on the grand scheme of things left on all exchanges. We just keep digging lower and lower, guys. Where are we at tonight? A new record low for the year. Yes, we are. Sitting at 2.34 million, almost at 2.33. So close, so close. That's, of course, all the Bitcoin left for everyone in the world to purchase. 8 billion people have to fight over this amount, guys. Do not fade this huge key indicator for Bitcoin and scarcity. All right, moving on. Top, yeah, well, of course, we're looking for, of course, Michael Saylor today coming out on top. The Chad Daddy, Michael Saylor, 244,000 Bitcoin. Crazy. Still competing with the likes of iBits ETF, of course, BlackRock, guys, the largest asset manager in the world. Still sitting at 357,000 Bitcoin. We can double check that, of course, with Apollo and its holdings. Yeah, it looks like MicroStrategy moved up today, and iBit still sitting at 357K. Nothing really moving there. They're just keeping that number steady. Looks like next week we're probably going to see a huge increase in a lot of these asset holders. Moving on. Top 10 crypto assets in the world. Cardano looking like it's moving back in the top 10 slot. Ton moving up. Tron moving out. Interesting. Back down to 11. And Avalanche, of course, sitting at 12. And Shiba Inu, followed by Shiba Inu. Man, Shiba Inu still holding on to the top of the 20 range. And that's crazy. That's nuts. Near Protocol moving into top 20. Still sitting there at holding. And, of course, honorable mention out to Jasmine. Moving up a point in the rank today at 63. Huge moves going, guys. Look at these charts. Oh, my God. Look at all these charts. Up and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right. And the ones that really interest me are the ones that are almost identical to Bitcoin's chart right now. Look at that Polygon move. Holy crap. That's a strong move for Polygon tonight. Yeah, let's go. Top 10 assets in the world, excluding crypto, or including, of course, just Bitcoin, as the top asset class, sitting at number 10. Number 10 at $1.2 trillion, roughly, behind Berkshire Hathaway's slipping 9.6. It's all coming, guys. We're going to plow through like half of those here in the next coming months. Bitcoin Rainbow chart. Look at this, guys. We are done. We are out. Will this be the last? Will last week be the last time we see the Bitcoin fire sale this cycle? Very, very possible, guys. We usually burn a Benny right here on this chart. Not tonight. That's right. Our bennies are safe tonight, guys. Maybe for a little while. Just a little while, the bennies are safe. We can still tease them. We can still tease them. Be good boy, Benny, or we burn you. But not tonight. Not tonight. We are not in the fire sale tonight. Guys, you need to be piling on in. Because we're not even back to the accumulation on the Bitcoin Rainbow chart yet. We have to get back to 60,000 or 80,000, right? We are so low in the eyes and, of course, words of Samson Mao. Bitcoin's vastly undervalued right now. Vastly. So, don't forget to orange pill your friends and family. Get them on board with this new asset rising asset class before it's too late, before you miss the boat, before you miss the plane, and, of course, the rocket ship to the moon. Moving on. Polygon Polygon's Poly Market sitting in pretty much neck and neck between the two candidates right now. Everyone in the betting on this race. It's looking pretty choppy, neck and neck for Trump and Kamala on the bets. Kamala just coming out of nowhere, man. It just rampages on. Got some, of course, the biggest thing in the news tonight. Michael freaking Saylor himself, MicroStrategy, buys another 18,300 Bitcoins. Can you guys even imagine holding 300 Bitcoin, let alone 1,000 Bitcoin, or even 20,000 Bitcoin in the balance sheet for a company? And of course, Michael Saylor himself also having a huge position in his personal holdings as well, bringing their total holdings for the company of MicroStrategy up to 244,800. Jeez, guys, 250,000 nearly Bitcoin. This is nuts. This is huge. Before this purchase, I believe him and I were neck and neck for our average Bitcoin buy-in in terms of on average. Now he's pushes up to about 36,000, something around that range. So we'll dive into this real quick and read this, of course. MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. Guys, the
point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Forever, Laura.
Forever.
Right,
So anyway, MicroStrategy's acquired, of course, an additional 18,300 additional Bitcoins for $1.11 billion, right? Funded through the stock sales as of September 12th. The company holds 2,020. These numbers are ridiculous. 244,800 Bitcoin purchased at the total cost of $9.45 billion. Executive Chairman Michael Saylor announced a Bitcoin yield of 17% year to date. This acquisition was made through a prior sales agreement, enabling stock sales to fund digital asset accumulation. MicroStrategy, of course, requires that the amount of Bitcoin. Yada yada. We know. That's of course the Twitter post on that there. MicroStrategy has acquired. Yada yada. Yield, of course, that's their official Twitter post. We just read that. I'm not going to read it again. The purchases were made through a sales agreement signed on August 1st. Man, the whole month and a half ago. To sell up to $2 billion worth of shares by September 12th of 2024. The company had raised approximately $1.1 billion by selling 8 million of its shares. MicroStrategy has heavily relied on equity sales to fund its Bitcoin acquisitions, and these sales continued as part of the strategy to accumulate more digital assets. As of September 12th, 2024, the company, together with its subsidiaries, held and aggregated approximately 244,000 Bitcoins, and the company filed within the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission's disclosed. It's highlighted Bitcoin yield as performance as an indicator. The metric showed a 4.4% yield from July 1st to September 12th, and a 17% yield year to date. These are rookie numbers, man. Man, wait until this year, next year pops off, and they're going to be sitting at a ridiculous 100% or more yield on the year of 2025. It's going to be interesting to see where they land with that. The Bitcoin yield measured the ratio of Bitcoin holding to share the outstanding, accessing the effectiveness of the strategy to increase the shareholder value of its Bitcoin purchases. However, the company acknowledged the Bitcoin yield has its limitations, including considering the liabilities, potential debt, and refinancing. I'm ready for it. You guys are ready to refinance next year? I mean, you could already start doing it now. They're already starting to drop these rates ahead of this meeting. Yeah, so that's what's going on with, of course, Michael Saylor himself. I've got some other little tidbits of dystopian news we like to move. I got some of that saved for a little bit later. We're going to dive in and see what other headlines. I didn't have time to point out any particular articles I wanted to go over, other than, of course, Michael Saylor himself purchasing more Bitcoin. BlackRock promotes a Bitcoin as a hedge against global financial disorders. We've actually, this actually came out last night. We did not catch this on the stream, though. But yeah, BlackRock, the $9 trillion asset manager on the planet, $9 trillion, I guess, guys, probably over $10 trillion now, says that Bitcoin is the answer to the growing financial disorder. According to them, the Bitcoin is the act as a hedge against inflation. Of course, Larry Fink himself this year was on a public marketing strategy. He was on every single news outlet saying that Bitcoin was a flight to quality. He did not say specifically quality, of course, meant safety. It's a flight to safety. Yeah, it's a nice way to say it. Flight to quality. But yeah, according to them, Bitcoin can act as a hedge against inflation, of course, with increasing uncertainty on the horizon, geopolitical turmoil, and weakening its trust in governments, banks, and fiat currencies. Guys, the dollar's donezo. I'm sorry, Benny, we're not burning you tonight, but you're done. You are done. You're done. But yeah, they also called the global monetary alternative. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has been one of the top performers since January 2024. Of course, the fastest growing ETF on record in human history. After the fund's launch, Bitcoin's price soared to an all-time high of 73,000 until it had a pullback, of course, in March. The explosive growth and guys, I had some more flair to these articles. They don't even insinuate. Since March, the explosive growth of the IBIT ETF and the other crypto-based ETFs have been driving much of these conversations in the finance industry. Cryptos are also increasingly seen as alternatives to fiat currency, especially when concerns of the U.S. dollar stability. We just lost the petrodollar this year, guys. We had so many rumors the past 2 years of this thing falling through, and the petrodollar, of course, was lost this year. Huge for the world economy. Huge. Central banks are exploring digital currency to protect themselves and from the potential collapse of the dollar, which I don't think it's going to happen like that, but it will be a long road downward. While embracing new technologies like Bitcoin and crypto, you can hedge yourself, of course, against that uncertainty and possible outcome. Similarly, the British pound has taken a hit, sitting at a $1.3 at the lowest we've seen since last August. The U.S. Consumer Price Index, the CPI, rose 2.2% at a repeat of the July's increase. Core CPI, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, went up 0.3%, showing a faster rate of increase compared to the July's 0.2%. This data has changed expectations about the Federal Reserve's rate cut next week. Many economists believe that the Fed will go a similar, smaller route like the Central Bank of Europe, right? Again, adding more flair to this article. 25 basis point rate cut at its meeting, which the odds of such are now closer to an 80% next week. Although there has been still a chance of a 50% basis cut, this likelihood has been vastly decreased. The IMF has acknowledged the beginning of the Fed rate cut, of course, in the next cycle is necessary. They believe that this will help the economic slowdown while helping keeping inflation in check. It's all a made-up number, guys. It's all a made-up number. Coffee is like $3 at a gas station now. I mean, come on. It's just a made-up number. Larry Fink, of course, getting everyone off of zero. As you should. Guys, of course. Take some Bitcoin. Take some Bitcoin orange pills. You need some of these orange pills, guys. You guys need to get your friends, your family encouraged to get off zero. Take some of these beautiful pills. They're amazing. They are orange flavored, and they are full pack, chock full of a financial freedom elixir. Amazing. I love it. Anyway, moving on. We've got... Oh, what else we got? You know what? I think we got our... we've got our hands full next week. Ripple and Coinbase challenge the SEC over crypto asset securities. We, of course, that's, of course, pumping their project for the next possible ETF rollout. Is going to likely be an XRP rollout or a Solana rollout. Those two, in my eyes, are pretty much neck and neck. They might actually release around the same time period, within a few months of each other, like we saw the ETFs for Bitcoin and ETH, right? Okay, so Ripple and Coinbase challenge up the SEC over its rulings. Let's see if there's anything new. Appeal. Court rulings favor the XRP as a non-security, potentially altering the regulatory approach to crypto. Again, every time we get a win in the SEC, we get a win for the entire space. We're going to open up every avenue because why? XRPs like XYZ, those other coins, right? Those other coins. They're not securities, Gary. They're not securities, right? That's what we always say here on the channel. They are not securities, Gary. But yeah, and of course, when Gary is gone, we're going to have someone else to rampage our space and stomp all over our parade. So yeah, one of the latest movements that have triggered the spirited discourses within the crypto market in the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission is shifting position on the categorization of specific crypto assets. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission has amended a complaint against Binance, a major crypto exchange, due to Ripple and Coinbase's chief legal officers, Stuart Alderati, whatever, how you pronounce his name, and the Paul Gurewal, expressing dissatisfaction with the SEC's inconsistent and misleading strategies regarding the crypto asset sector. Yeah, seriously. It's a pretzel. Oh, it looks so good I can eat it. Yeah, so the SEC finally admits this is Stuart Alderati, of course, Ripple's lawyer, right? They're a financial chief officer. Now, crypto asset security is a made-up term, and two, proved a crypto asset security is an investment contract. The Security Exchange Commission, this is of course going to the Twitter post, the Security Exchange Commission needs evidence to bundle all of its contracts, expectations, and understandings. Clarity, Gary. That's what we need. That's all we need, some clarity, Gary. I think it's time for the SEC government to admit it has become a twisted pretzel of contradictions. Yes! Yes! I love it. I love it. Don't worry, I updated your logo for you, and of course the pretzel. Oh, that's great. I love it. That is awesome. Of course, moving into our dystopian future segment. I had to talk about it, guys. I had to bring this up. Again, another similarity to what these politicians are offering, right? Here we go. Just calm down, guys. Don't forget.
So
just calm
just
down.
Chill out.
It's going to be okay.
You know, drink a 7-Up.
Drink a 7-Up.
Eat a moon pie.
Yeah.
Quit murdering people.
Of course, moving then to our dystopian future segment. Trump said, you know where I'm going with this, guys. You know where I'm going with
Today,
this? Look what he said.
I'm also announcing that as part of our additional tax cuts, we will end all taxes on overtime. You know what that means?
Do you know what that means? We'll get into it. After I let Trump talk. What does that mean, Trump? What does that
Think of that.
mean? Think about it.
That gives people more of an incentive to work. It gives the companies it's a lot easier to get the people. And you know, I went to some economists, great ones, and I said, what do you think? They said, it would be unbelievable. You'll get a whole new workforce by doing that. No taxes on overtime.
No taxes on overtime. And
The people who work overtime are among the hardest working citizens in our country. And for too long, no one.
I'm gonna pause Trump there and get, of course, into our favorite segment of the day, the dystopian future, or of course the AI is coming for your job. Yes, it is. Of course, it's coming for your job. If you're a driver, a telemarketer, a lawyer, an accountant, a data entry clerk, a writer, a journalist, a bookkeeper, a receptionist, a bank teller, a travel agent, a factory worker, or a fast food worker like me, right? Customer service representatives of all kind are going to be replaced here in the next few years. Your friends and your romantic loved ones are not safe from this as well. Of course, they're going to be replacing everything in the bedroom. It's going to be done better by a robot. Anyway, so yeah, you guys, you know I had to go into this segment. You know I had to. Because, of course, these parallels are just too similar. They're too similar.
Workers, construction workers, truck drivers, and machine operators.
What is he saying?
It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break, and that's what we're doing because this is
It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. He basically went through the entire rigmarole I did again with the new proposed plan, tax plan. It's not going to matter, guys. We got 3 to 5 years minimum, before all of these jobs are going to be replaced anyway. So it's not going to matter whether they're collecting taxes, and the taxes they collect are going to be negligible anyway, because again, our interest rate on the U.S. dollar right now. I mean, our debt, right? The interest rate on our debt right now, as we go over every single beginning of my show, every single day, is sitting at a current $1 trillion projected into next year. I'm not sure why they're covering their screen now with this. Let's close this real quick. Can I even close this? Yeah. Yeah. Look, there's the interest on the debt right there. It's pushing into $1 trillion next year. So, guys, it's really important. They're not paying out this debt. They're not planning on paying back this debt. And, of course, the Usher and the robots, they are going to be working for us and that debt to end that debt. Oh, yeah. So, I just wanted to, of course, chime in with that because it's so synonymous with what we talk about every single day here on the channel. All right, moving on. What else we got? Before we get into the normies for the night? Any other key things you guys want to talk about? Put it on the chat. Let me know. I will definitely cover it. But those are the big leading topics for the day. Of course, Michael Saylor and Trump's no tax on tips, and now no tax on overtime. And of course we got a huge rally coming out of Bitcoin. It doesn't look like it's going to stop. I don't really see anything else in the news today that's worth mentioning. Kamala Harris overtakes Donald Trump on Polymarket. We already showed that beginning of the stream. I think we're just going to dive into the normies and get the weekend started. We're on the right foot. Looks like there's pretty much no one else talking about anything. That's a huge number. What is that? Is that 512? What is that? That's not trillion, right? These numbers are getting too big. $512 billion in unrealized losses hit the U.S. banks. A new number of problem rises. The rises to 66 for the FDIC. Ooh, that's interesting. We could cover this real quick. Ooh, I do like a bit of a dystopian, chaotic bit of news for the banks. You know where the banks are going, guys. They're done if they do not adopt a Bitcoin or crypto strategy. The number of U.S. banks with the major issues are on the rise, according to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the FDIC, the one that covers at least $200,000 of your hard-earned money, dollars. You guys still hold money in the bank? Do you guys have money in the bank? I don't got no money in the bank. The agency's second quarter 2024 quarterly banking profile shows the number of leaders on its problem bank list rose quarter on quarter from 63 now to 66 banks on the list. Yes, look at this. This is crazy. So the fifth consecutive quarterly increase of banks from 4 to 5 on the Camels ratings. I don't know what is in Camels even. I've heard that meant a few times. Are you even going to represent that acronym? No. A rating of 4 on the Campbell system indicates a bank is suffering for the financial operation of its managerial issues that could reasonably threaten the viability if not resolved. While its rating of a 5 indicates a bank's critically deficient and requires immediate remedial attention. Of course, the bank meaning the government needs to step on in as they did last year when the banks collapsed in March. And we had a couple this year that had getting propped up a little bit, but it was kind of like on hold for the moment. And it looks like they can't hold back any further. The number of problem banks now represent 1.5 of total banks, which is within the normal range for non-crisis periods of 1% to 2% of all banks, including total assets held by problem banks, increased to 1.3 billion to 83.4 billion, meaning that, guys, everyone's leveraging the F out of their lives right now. Credit card usage is at an all-time high. Jesus. Assets of the problem banks, of course, on the right axis, and number of problem banks on the left axis. Yeah, it's getting parabolic for debt as well. We're getting to the next banana zone for Bitcoin. Meanwhile, U.S. banks continue to settle billions of dollars in unrealized losses on securities. The FDIC reports $512 billion in total unrealized losses in the second quarter of 0.7% in the quarter-on-quarter decrease. That's not very much. Says the FDIC chairman Martin Gruenberg. Interest rates increased modestly in the second quarter, putting downward pressure on the bond prices, but the resulting increase in unrealized losses was more than offset by the sale of bonds by several large banks, as the result hid in a substantial realized loss. This is the 10th straight quarter of the industry that has reported unusually high unrealized losses. Man, Oh, man. Since the Federal Reserve began to raise interest rates in the first quarter of 2022, I guess we have not stopped. Of course, since 2022, we've been on hold the majority of this year and a majority of last year after they raised it. What was it like? They raised it like 25 basis points like 6 or 7 months in a row. It was insane, 2022. Gruenberg says that the U.S. banking industry continues to demonstrate the resilience, but risks remain. The industry still faces significant downside risk from uncertainty in the economic outlook, market interest rates, and political events. These issues could cause credit quality earnings and liquidity challenges for the industry, in addition to weakness in certain loan portfolios, particularly those on office properties, credit cards, and multifamily loans. Jesus. Continues to warrant monitoring. These issues, together with funding and margin pressures, will remain matters on ongoing supervisory attention by the FDIC. They're going to step in, they're going to take over everything, and then they're going to sell it off for a discount for yours truly, JP Morgan. There, guys, spoiler. There's a spoiler right there. That's what's going to happen for a decent amount of the banks that are not see these problems here next year. Oh, my God. I'm out of breath after that one. Whoa. Oh, man. Obvious, of course, one to watch for. I think we're pretty much done with the news tonight. The big stuff. We got over the big stuff. What was that? $197 billion to be handed to the customers at J.P. Morgan banks, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and other U.S. lenders, and massive Visa and MasterCard settlement. Oof, you guys. I don't know. I don't know. That really pertains to one. Looks like one of our bennies we burned. Anyway, Visa and MasterCard are preparing to pay a massive settlement of the U.S. bank customers over controversial ATM fees. Okay, it's over the fees of the ATMs. I was curious what it was over. Settlement is going to be coming possibly to you. You'll get like a check in the mail for like, I don't know, $30 or something. I don't know. We'll see. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Prime for a push of fresh all-time highs coming, guys. So we're finally getting some of these bullish headlines again. Yeah. Bask in the bullish headlines. All right. Let's check on the normies and let's see what's going on with Bitcoin for the night. What are the normies talking? I got some memes to go over. Yes, of course, I got some new stuff I'm sharing from my Twitter. Guys, funds are seifu. They're seifu. Your account has been hacked. MetaMask? My MetaMask wallet? No, your bank account. Oh, thank God. I know the feeling, man. I know the feeling. It's funny. That's why you guys hold, of course, in cold storage. I would not hold the majority of your wealth on a browser-based wallet specifically either. That's scary, man. Even that's scary. Anyway, Taylor Swift is not a pay-op. This, of course, going to the media is controlling you. Dystopian future. It's here. It's now. It's happening. I mean, this is real, guys.
Good morning. Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Taylor Swift is not a psyop. Taylor Swift is not a psyop. Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
Taylor Swift is not a psyop. Taylor Swift is not a psyop. Taylor Swift is not a psyop. Taylor Swift is not a psyop.
I believe you.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Jesus. So shared by Gunther Eagleman. Taylor Swift's not a psyop, guys. That's all I'm going to say. I don't need to say anything further. You guys know what's going on. This is all we want. Hashtag Bitcoin. Of course, the Wall Street Bets. Wall Street Bets of saying, some want this, some want that. I want this, of course. You know what we want, guys. Of course, we want a orange state, an orange country, right? Can you feel it? Can you feel it, guys? Michael Saylor buys, of course, his huge $2.1 billion purchase. You feel it? Can you feel it in the air, guys? I can feel it. I can feel it. So can Bitcoin Chan, too. Yeah, she can feel it. I definitely feel it. I definitely feel it, guys. Oh, man. It's just too much, guys. It's too much. What else we got? Me working 3 jobs to save 0.21 Bitcoin. This is what I'm doing, guys. I was late to the stream tonight. I'm working all these jobs. I'm selling all my stuff. Me working 3 jobs to save 0.21 Bitcoin while SAYLOR stacks another billion, or billions, plural, at a time. That's today, man. That's the market feel. That's the million feel of the market today. Old man yells at Bitcoin. Peter Schiff, of course, is back yelling at SAYLOR for buying more Bitcoin. Stupid, man. Why are you buying all this Bitcoin? The gold has a appreciation rate of like 2% or something in the last 10 years. You should be buying not Bitcoin. He's nuts. Peter Schiff, of course, this is a Simpson meme. That's great. Great. And then, yeah, I posted this morning. It's just a little clip, of course, from Michael Saylor himself. It's like a 10, 15
and it turns
clip
out that the expansion of the
basically
money
saying
supply
that you hold,
very closely
you hold the S&P 500,
the
right?
performance of the
Basically
S&P
not
index over
performing
100 years.
Enough to
and when you think about it like that,
inflation.
what you realize is that when you invest your money in the S&P index, you're not making money. You're just not losing money.
You're not making money. You're just not losing money. That's right. That's why we got to get out of this legacy market. We got to get out of TradFi. Traditional finance is dead. Crypto assets rolling in to take its place. And then this was interesting out of China. Look at this. 8,100 drones. Guys, the technology's here. We're done. we are done. Stunning performance by 8,100 drones. A world record set in China. That was last night. Never forget what they look like, what they took from you. Cost of living in 1970. I had to share this. This is awesome. Oh my God, guys. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at this. Do you guys remember this stuff? You remember some of this stuff? I was shocked by some of this. I was a kid and I still remember some of this stuff in 1997. Look at that. Cost of a new car was $16,900. Car in the Vegas, $1. Medium pizza was $10. Tall coffee from Starbucks was $1. What? Oh, look at this. This one shook me. Look at that. Look at that. A Big Mac meal. Or is that sandwich only? I can't tell. $2.99. It's got to be a sandwich, right? I don't know. I don't go to McDonald's anymore. That's crazy. Super cited for 39 cents. Pint of beer was $2.68. Loaf of bread was $1. Crazy. A yearly Harvard tuition was $27,000. A freaking movie ticket was $5. That's hard. That's hard to find now. Everything's like $10, $15 for a movie. You didn't do this one. Look at this one. $25 for admission for a child. And $28 for an adult at Disneyland. It's crazy. The stamp cost 32 cents. Lakers ticket. What is that? Where's the price on that thing? $12.50. What? No way. $12.50? Isn't that like $100 now for a normal ticket? Oh, and then of course my favorite. I remember seeing this exact ad probably in Toys R Us's catalog, right? $150 for your course, of course, your choice between a PlayStation or a 64. Dude, that was back in that era. I remember playing with the kiosk in the store back when the 64 was. That Mario was there staring at me. Yeah, look at that. Some of these games, of course, none of the prices of games have changed because they cannot lose that. As soon as a video game goes to $100, they lose that entire market. It's about the only thing I can tell that hasn't really changed. So yeah, that's insane. Isn't that crazy, guys? Cost of living 97 versus now. Nuts. I don't really want to get into the political stuff, but that's all the big crazy stuff happening right now in our space. The memes are running wild. What do we got? Anything new tonight? The latest on crypto and the normies. Oh no, more political stuff. Oh no, don't look at that, guys. You know, that's his cat. Oh no, oh no. You guys, people are gonna do what they want, and they're gonna live in their own world, and they have their own culture. I'm not against anyone eating a cat. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's, but I mean, what's the difference between that and a goat? There's nothing. Or a cow. I don't even eat meat, guys. I don't really care. I will fix things for you if you vote for me in office, says woman currently in office. Yeah. It looks like a lot of political stuff tonight. And of course, the Chad Daddy himself, Michael Saylor. Yeah. How's work going? Me after one beer.
Fires, when storms, they're volatile. They have
Bitcoin,
massive amounts of energy.
Of course, me as well.
Niagara
guys,
Falls
once you're in the space,
is a
you know how it
scary
is.
place if you're going to play in.
And where Bitcoin's headed. All right, let's see what the normies are searching today. Anyone searching for Bitcoin on the Chad Daddy Bitcoin purchase? Probably not. TUA injury, IDK. Let's get these guys out of here. We're going to read a little better. Michelle De Prince, IDK. Mike Lindell, normies. It's probably sports stuff. Friday the 13th movie, because it's Friday the 13th. The normie got to make that connection. Superstitions running wild today. Arizona versus Kansas State. Football. Sports. Justin Timberlake back in the news for some reason. DWI. What? That's not DUI. Krispy Kreme giving away donuts probably in the Friday the 13th. Why? I don't know why they're giving away. What is that? The reference to Krispy Kreme. Aldi is hiring. Are you sure? Sure that just replacing all their staff with robots. Dodgers, Braves, sports. Uglies movie, IDK. Mets vs. Phillies, sports. Plane crash in Lafayette, LA. Whoa, that's not good. China retirement age is increasing, possibly. I mean, we were looking at doing that here in the United States. Orioles vs. Tigers, sports. I'm curious on this one. We're gonna have to probably look into that retirement age thing real quick. See what's going on with that. For years, Chinese workers could retire at 50. Now China can't afford it. Interesting. So that's what's going on with that. Martha Stewart's back in the news. So 2025 Social Security COLA increase. What? COLA. I'm not sure what that means anymore. Pope Francis, speak no evil, yada yada. Civil War looming. I wonder what they're referring to with that. The movie Civil War. Trend breakdown. Oh, interesting. That's weird that people are searching Civil War on Friday the 13th. Anyway, moving on. Bitcoin, of course. Anyone searching today? No one? Bitcoin gets back to 60,000. No one's even Googling it. Really? We're at 49% today on the index. I think it's up a little bit. It's up quite a bit. Well, no, I say that, but there's that. Nothing really new. This is, of course, in the morning. People checking the prices in the morning. That's the only peak we got. And it's actually lower than yesterday's peak. Anyway, so that's, of course, the news and the normies. All right, moving in, of course, back to Bitcoin. What are we expecting for Bitcoin tonight? It's going into a weekend. Of course, we're going to have limited volatility into the weekend. I feel like we did pretty good, of course, predicting these beginning the morning dump like we normally do on the beginning or at the end of our stream. So we did that last night. A little off on the tops, though, of course. But the peaks are solid. So if that was, of course, yesterday, we're going to pull some of this maybe into next week. I'm going to do an extended prediction. We do, of course, still have the Singapore show. We did not go over that. I want to see what dates there are on that. What's going on with China and the retirement age too? China is raising its retirement age. Everyone is, man. Everyone's going to go into freaking hissy fit like they did. And was it Italy last year or beginning of this year where they rioted in the streets? I think it was France. I think it was France. Yeah. So we might get some riots out of China for this as well. Looks like, policy change will be carried over within 15 years. They're pushing that change for its workforce. And for women, 55 or 58 years, depending on their jobs. And the current retirement age is 60 for men. That's pretty good. I say that, but they're really hard workers, man. Guys, do not fade. China's workers are incredible. Absolutely incredible. They've basically been slaves for Americans forever. Right? I feel like it's just reserved. Like it's not. We don't talk about it enough. But yeah, 60 for men and 50 for women now is going to be increased for 55 and probably 65. I'm guessing. We have more people coming into the retirement age, so the pension fund is facing its pressures. It's high time to act seriously. It's of course Xi Jinping. He's senior. That's not Xi Jinping. That's Xi Jinping. That's not the president of of China, but Victoria University in Australia, who studies the Chinese population, is ties to its economy. Previous retirement ages were set in the 1950s when life expectancy was only about 40 years. What? Man, they were working them to the bone. Man, it sucks, man. I feel bad for people, man, when their countries take advantage of them like this. But yeah, that's what's going on with the retirement age in China. Let's look, of course, into crypto's. It's the Singapore conference, right? Singapore, it's 2049. Yeah, 2049. The 2049 Singapore token 2049. Where is the dates on that? Yada. Ton crypto payments. Looks like we got news surrounding it already, but it hasn't started. I don't believe it hasn't started yet. What's it? Token 2049. It is the 18th to the 19th, which puts us into, it's not even this weekend. That's actually next weekend. Wednesday to Thursday? That's weird. Wednesday to Thursday this week. So I don't think that's really going to move any prices this weekend yet. So wouldn't even play that card. So yeah, I think it's just going to go sideways pretty much. Chad Daddy, Michael Saylor himself has already bought his Bitcoin. I'm surprised he already purchased it now and didn't wait for the weekend. Maybe he's really, of course, getting ahead of that rate cut. And all the other asset managers looking to buy this weekend. That's going to be my narrative this weekend then. It's pretty much, again, they usually do all their purchases over the weekend. All the big institutions like to do that on low volatility days, get a good buy-in. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. Pretty large, bullish pendant. Can that play out? I don't know. I feel like we're really tight in these lower time frames too. I mean, this is a 15-minute candle chart right here. This is nuts. That's crazy. So this has to get pulled back at some point. And another target, of course, we'd be looking at would be pull back to at least 59.5, somewhere in that range. Because of course we're overbought right now. But there's no real need for a pullback either, guys. The Bitcoin is we are in the last days. I keep saying we've been in a fire sale for what was it, like a week straight? We were in a fire sale. We burnt 8 pennies. That's huge. That's huge, guys. God, so many bennies burnt, man. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like we'll probably come back and touch this at some point this weekend. Maybe not Saturday, maybe into Sunday. Maybe we'll get a pull back into Sunday and then we get a pump right back into Monday morning. Of course, 2 days or 3 days into the week, we get the Fed rate cut. So that's huge. That's huge. So yeah, that's how I'm going to play it. This is the 15-minute. We're going to just kind of map a few fun things. Looks like the first big day of volatility we're going to get is, of course, going to be Sunday night in the United States, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Looking at a, what is that? Man, I don't think we're going to be able to hold that off until then, but you never know. Like I said, all it takes is another big institution to buy something over the weekend, push us above this bullish momentum that we already have, and then ride maybe this as a new support if we get above that until the sunset ends in the United States on Sunday. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, something like that. I can see that kind of playing out maybe into everyone waking up in the afternoon tomorrow. That'd be the next time we'd even see any real big movements. Midnight tonight overseas would be the first one here in about hour and a half, 12 a.m. 2 hours roughly. We'll see some movement. It'll be on midnight. I mean, we could just wake up and be at a higher price as well because, again, none of this news is digested yet in the overseas. So they wake up, they get their morning coffee, sit down, look at the news in the middle of the day on Saturday, and they could be like, "Oh crap, Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin," and then people on the golf course talking, as we usually seen before, as I've done as well. Yeah, we could see. We could see some movement out of Bitcoin over the weekend. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a really weird prediction tonight is going to be off the rails, guys. I don't even know where I'm going to go with this. But yeah, I would say maybe we hit that wall again, retest that. I mean, we've tested. It's looking kind of bearish. We've tested that 6 times now. We wicked down from it. We got to break through that at some point. Let's look into a smaller time frame and see if there's any patterns presenting themselves. Ooh, look at that. We have a little bit, not quite as high of a inverse head and shoulders there, but there's one there that started, knocked down. We got pushed down even further from that previous head and shoulders. And this is the 1 minute, guys. This is a very short time frame. Yeah, same thing there. There's another head and shoulder pattern kind of pushing that into a double peak top, double top. Double tops, of course, are bearish in our market, or any market. Yeah, same here. It looks like we actually made a lower high. So next thing would be, can this hold right there at 60,500? Coming in a few few minutes. We just printed these candles. These are pretty new. I just drew this just by looking at it naturally. So maybe we could just ride that back up until about midnight. See if we can break out through there, and that will be the key point. I mean, this is looking really tight and bullish. Holy crap! Here today. Oh my god, that's insane. I don't even know where to go with this, guys. I'm kind of at a loss. We can take another look at heat map real quick, but I don't know. This could just go parabolic this weekend. Who knows? I mean, I'm buying still this weekend. I'm buying still tonight. All sorts of stuff. Maybe not Bitcoin, but all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it looks like the heat map's coming in at the same kind of thing. It looks like the bears are pulling back now. They're giving up. It looks like probably 60,700. And there's not much above that. We could probably see a $61,000, maybe $62,000 Bitcoin this weekend, moving into maybe 64,000 Bitcoin, maybe by Monday, possibly. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's so hard to tell what's going to happen. Again, people also want to start making profits. This is a huge leg up. Maybe people want to start taking some profits, come back down, retest some of these lower levels into the weekend, then pump back up into the morning. That's probably going to be my more realistic approach to this. But we're going to do a bear and a bull case scenario anyway. I don't know where we're really headed. No one knows. If they say they know, they're lying. So yeah, I feel like we're going to do something like that, come back down and retest that previous line of support. It might not even be that. It might be not that clean, but like something like this. Come back down and then retest. Maybe fall back down again. And then that puts us into about, 3 a.m.? 3 a.m. here in the United States, 3 p.m. overseas, which would make another big time frame for volatility. Again, not that much volatility into the weekend. I don't think we're gonna really trade too much far away from these zones now that we've already got this kind of placed into play here in the end of the week. So yeah, maybe we just kind of go back up after that. Start moving back up there, and then again retest that again. If we can't break out again, we're going to be going sideways, continuing sideways until where is that? 3 a.m. now. It'll be about 9 a.m. here in the United States, maybe 12. Again, we're probably going to skip those other time frames. We got to get into the 15-minute now. These small time frames, man. Oh my god. I'm gonna have the entire schedule over the weekend now. But yeah, that puts us into 9 a.m. right? 9 a.m. for the United States. Waking up here on the East Coast, New Yorker time. And yeah, we can hold again. Where's that? Wait, am I skipping a day? I think I skipped a day. No, 3 a.m. Yeah, they'll come back, pull back into the morning. Maybe we dump back down, test that range, go back up to that's 6 a.m. What is up with these wonky time frames? 9 a.m. Yeah, like these candles keep moving. There's midnight. There's not as okay. There's 3 a.m. and then there is 9 a.m. Okay, so that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. Right over night to night. So yeah, so maybe we'll just come back down here, retest this, climb back up into the morning hours, maybe sell back down, and maybe if we can't hold that, we'll break down here again, retest this. That'll push us into about the afternoon, come back up, retest that, maybe get another lower low or lower high. Which is not good, and then again, there's more trading sideways until we get into morning for China and Germany again. Who knows? Maybe we get above that just a little bit, and then come back down. 9 p.m. That's for us. Me in China wakes up, sells off. It's gonna be something sideways like that. I just feel like it. Nothing really. I just don't see anything happening that's gonna like break out. But where does that put us? 67,700. Yeah, that's kind of what the heat map's looking like. It's kind of what heat map's looking like. What did I say? 60,700 is kind of where The Bears are putting the line in the sand. Yeah, right around that. That's crazy how that works out that way. And then, yeah, there's nothing after that until 61. I don't know. Maybe we hit 61 on Saturday. Again, this is my bear case scenario. We just go sideways or a little lower until Monday. Let's move Bitcoin Chain out of the way a little bit. And we'll get into Sunday. Oh, no. Don't want to rip her shirt off. This is not that kind of show. All right. Here we go. Okay. So, that puts us into now. What is that? Midnight in the United States on Sunday. Midnight in the U.S. That's right there. And then we're going to probably skip over 3 a.m. again. No, we'll keep 3 a.m. Sunday. That's huge. It's going to be 3. Yeah, we're going to do all the time frames on Sunday. For sure. Focus One, hey! No, you're late. Focus, how's it going? No, I'm late. I was an hour late today on my stream tonight, sir. But yeah, nice, man. You're out for supper? We're just kind of finishing up the show. I'm doing my predictions for the evening hours and into the weekend. Dude, can you believe what happened today? It's nuts. We actually got a pump on SAYLOR this weekend, into the weekend. That's crazy. Usually we don't get a pump. We get a dump on SAYLOR buying Bitcoin, right? That's crazy. That's huge. We definitely can tell this is the bull run right now. We are about ready to go insanely parabolic. So yeah, that puts us into about Sunday morning right there. So this is my bear case scenario. Is that of course we trying to trade these time frames. We kind of go sideways, get some chop, moving back up into the evening hours, maybe making a new higher high into the morning on Sunday, into Monday morning. Man, we're still not even into Monday yet. So that will put us into about noon. Dang it. I accidentally just deleted it. Dang it. So yeah, something like that. Come back up like that. But yeah, how you doing, man? You made a quick $800 today? Oh, wow. Was that USD? I can't. They always cover my chat. Is that USC? USC? What is USC? USD. Okay, USD. Yeah. Dollars. Not. Yeah. Thank you. You know what's up. Yeah. Thanks for pushing that chat up so I can read it. Yeah. $800 on trade. Nice. Yeah. Dude, today is crazy. Woke up this morning and the things start moving already. I'm like, what? Already up like $5,000 end of day, about 10-15 grand. It's a nice day. When you're up in your portfolio again, you're sitting pretty. But yeah, that's what I feel like is going to happen over the weekend. We are now up into what does that put us into? Monday morning. Monday morning would be here 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right there. Okay. So the hours of trading are going to begin in China. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? China, Japan, Germany start their day in a big way for Bitcoin too. So yeah, something like that sideways. I don't want to spend too much time on it. And then yeah, who knows? Maybe they pump again on the morning, or maybe they sell off. Then we of course that's 3 a.m. there. We're gonna get another big push. Maybe create a double top, and then in the morning we're gonna probably sell off, something like that. That's what I see happening for Bitcoin over the weekend into Monday morning in the United States. Now that's my bear scenario. I feel like it's going to be sideways chop, maybe with a tiny bit of a push into the weekend. Guys, there's just so much, people need to be buying, man. I went over our favorite chart today, right? We did not burn a penny. This is the first day now. We did not burn a penny here on the live stream because we are not in the fire sale anymore. Guys, it's been 8 days. 8 days in the fire zone, the fire sale, where we burned a penny. And today we finally didn't. So that's a great indicator, key indicator. We're moving up. No more burning pennies from here on out, possibly. I hope. I'd have a lot more money now, but if I stop burning my money. That's what's happening, man. We're getting this bullish sentiment coming back into our market. And it's going to be great for Bitcoin. Huge for Bitcoin. So, all right. So, what do I feel? I feel like something like this, again, is probably going to play out maybe just a little higher if we are going to be more bullish into the evening. I don't think we're going to we're probably going to have huge, if we, again, go super bullish, probably going to have a pushback around 62. A lot of people now, I feel, are over it, right? We already shook out all the weak hands. Guys, we're in the fire sale on the Bitcoin halving year. We're sitting on a fire sale with all-time highs already hitting before the halving. It's crazy. So I feel like something like this is probably realistically where we're going to end up at. And this is probably even conservative as well. We don't know. We don't know. So that's my bull and bear case for the evening. I mean, unless we have again, huge macro condition, I don't think we're going to be getting a big pullback anytime soon. And if we did, we're going to probably retest. Let's go like end of days scenario, something like that. Pull back, retest that 60,000. We can't hold it over the weekend. We fall back down to 59,900. Then we go down to what? 58. You feel like we're going back to 58 again on the world ending scenario right before the halving. Big bull run next year. Cycle tops. I don't know. So, like, more than likely we're gonna hit that orange line. That'd be my guess. And if we get some bullish momentum into the weekend, yeah, the green one will probably play out as well. I would not be surprised at all if we get higher than this, though. I mean, 64K is probably again my my Super Bowl scenario over the weekend, right? I'm gonna make a note of that. Super Bowl scenario. So we just don't stop. We just can't stop, won't stop. Super Bowl scenario, and we get into that boom into the morning in one day, and we're like, what happened? What happened? My bags. Oh, yep. Okay. So this is a fun chart tonight. Look at that. Look at that web untangle. Oh man, retest previous top. Yeah. Is that where our previous top is? I didn't even go back, man. I'm just so, yeah, look at that. Look how crazy that plays out. Look at that. I didn't even backtest that. It's funny how that always works. I'm channeling dead people, man, or future people. I don't know. This is nuts. This is crazy. I can't even make this stuff up. Look at that. Actually, if you go back in the larger time frames, that's already playing out as a cup and handle. This is actually, this to me is a proper setup. We probably will. I mean, everyone sees the same stuff, man. It's a cup and handle pattern forming right now on the 30-minute chart. On the 1 hour, I mean, all we need to do is make it back up to 64K, touch the top there, wick over to the right a little bit, and we get another leg back up to retest 70K, 69. That's 69. You know, that's the big one, guys. We've been tracking that damn thing forever. We've been stuck in, of course, in the PTSD from last bull market. I remember that number, man. The number sticks in there. So yeah, man, who knows? I would say next week for sure. Fed rate meeting. If we don't touch that into Monday, Tuesday, that's probably going to be the ultimate. I had that set up for next week too. Where did that go? Where's my CPI meeting? Oh, it's over there. What the heck is it doing over there? Yeah, our CPI meeting. I moved that all. What is that in 2022? That was in 2022. Oh my god. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. I'm gonna clean this up and put this up. I don't want to bore you with my charting. But yeah, well, I'm gonna come in on Monday with a Wednesday plan. But yeah, the weekly chart. That's why. Yep. That's why. Anyway, so have a great weekend, guys. Yeah, switch to the daily. Have a great weekend, guys. Focus, thanks for joining, man. It's great to see you as always. Dude, reach out to me on Twitter. We should definitely plan to set something up. I want to see you get into crypto as well, man. Come on, man. It's been almost a year. And you and I have been talking now for quite a while. And I don't want to push you into it, but if you really want to get into it, man, I'll definitely support you. All right. But yeah, have a great weekend, guys. I will catch you guys later. Of course, don't forget to be stacking some of this set. Don't be stupid. Don't sell your bags. Don't sell it. Right before the bull run. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. We're going to ride that bull into the sunset with Hulk Hogan. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Crypto Otaku signing out. Peace.
Insufficient. We can make the dollar the most attractive currency by continuing to have the rule of law.
You can always print money to do that.
I suppose it would diminish our status as the reserve currency.
Just shut up. There's no expectation of privacy above the in the sky.
So Bitcoin is the solution because you can buy Bitcoin right.
The dumpster fire is almost over, guys. Look at that cute little dumpster fire. I'll see you later. Bet.